Welcome to the Extreme Strand on Film 4. Tonight, as the conclusion to our all-too-brief season, we bring you one of the most controversial, confrontational and, let's be honest about this, cracked films of recent years. Lars Von Trier's headline-grabbing magnum opus, Antichrist. Misogynist, Nazi, visionary, pornographer, Danish director Von Trier has been called all of these things, often by himself. His films divide audiences. People love them or loathe them, sometimes both at the same time, but they rarely ignore them. Personally, I hated the critically lauded Breaking the Waves, and I even got myself physically thrown out of the Cannes Film Festival for heckling the premiere screening of The Idiots in very bad French. But despite these negative reactions, I became a huge fan of Dancer in the Dark and Dogville, which featured extraordinary performances from Björk, Paul Bettany and Nicole Kidman. And in 2010, I was proud to present my own Best Actress award to Charlotte Gainsbourg for her stunning turn in Antichrist. A meditation upon the recurring Von Trier thesis that nature is Satan's church, Antichrist is an unholy amalgam of pseudo-intellectual melodrama, angst-ridden art house invention, guilty religious psychosexual chiller, and full-on spam-in-a-cabin splatterfest shocker. It's also, for my money, Von Trier's very best movie to date, a classic slice of extreme cinema which engages, excites, infuriates and outrages in pretty much equal measure. Stylistically, Antichrist is an undeniable masterpiece, moving from highly choreographed slow-mo black and white set pieces to handheld dogma-style verite drama, interspersed with dreamy tableau vivant, creepy fairy tale interludes and near-subliminal hallucinatory flashes. Reimagining the Garden of Eden as a remote rural hell on earth, Antichrist sets its stage somewhere between Paradise Lost and The Evil Dead. Here, an archetypal man and woman, brilliantly played by Willem Dafoe and Charlotte Gainsbourg, reenact the ancient battle of the sexes against a backdrop of parental grief, religious guilt, and modern psychoanalysis. A clear recipe for apocalyptic disaster. What Antichrist adds up to is a matter for debate. When I interviewed the filmmakers, Dafoe claimed that Von Trier had been sick with depression throughout the shoot, but denied that the film was about misogyny, this despite the contradictory and typically provocative proclamations of the director himself. Inevitably, press coverage focused on the more shocking aspects of the film, most notably the now notorious scenes of genital mutilation, which provoked much leg-crossing consternation and outright condemnation. Inevitably, calls for a ban followed the Cannes premiere, which was met with both boos and cheers. But despite the unfolding scandal, the BBFC passed the film uncut at 18. It's easy to see why Antichrist caused such upset. Certainly there are images here which are designed to shock and alarm, alongside an attention-grabbing penetration shot in the opening movement, which recalls the furore surrounding similar footage in The Idiots, which was broadcast uncut on both Film 4 and Channel 4. Yet to fixate on these elements is to ignore the fact that the most disturbing thing about Antichrist is the ideology which it explores, or exploits, depending on your point of view. As a companion piece to Melancholia, the film offers profound insights into self-destructive Judeo-Christian guilt, whilst also offering plenty of the "oh Lars, for heaven's sake" moments that have made the director such a fabulous irritant over the years. Personally, I really like Antichrist, but I have no idea how you're going to react to it. Now, how's that for a definition of extreme cinema?
Antichrist is for adults only and contains violence, brutal self-harm and explicit sexual scenes.